Welcome to No Stats, where we call it how we see it.
Loving you is easy because you're beautiful.
What you got for me today, B?
Back again with another one.
Seth, man, let's get a little creative tonight, man. Let's talk about our top three with an honorable mention.
Okay.
Teams that we think will win the NBA championship this year and why. I'm gonna let you go first. You reel off your three. Give me a little bit of feedback
In order.
on why you think this team and why you think this team will win, and then throw me an honorable mention in there, whether it's a long shot or somebody that's your favorite, and then I'll follow up.
But my first team is going to be the Milwaukee Bucks, even though they just got hammered by the Celtics
By 40.
the other day. Yeah, that was a bad outing. But
It happens though.
I mean, Giannis is the best player in the world. That's number one reason. Number two, I think if Chris Middleton don't get hurt last year, I think we see the Bucks in the finals again. I just think the Bucks is the most complete and they're the best team in the NBA. I think Giannis is, like I said, at the peak of his game. Could be the MVP again. You know, like he's in that top three conversation almost every year, it seems like. I think, what's the coach name? Budenholzer? I think he's been doing a phenomenal job over there in Milwaukee. And I think, you know, their last couple years have just been success, right? They got that experience. We already spoke about how we feel about Drew Holiday and the boys. Brook Lopez is playing, you know, phenomenal, and they're just playing really well. I think that's kind of obvious. I think they are the favorite to win the championship right now on the sports books and all that. So that's my number one team. Number two,
Wait to hear this one.
I'm going Boston. I know I'm crazy to go two East teams back to back, but
Nah, but they look like the best team. The East is looking like the best conference shit.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm going Boston. Kind of for the same reasons I took Milwaukee. I like their trajectory, their history in these past couple years, right? Being in that championship last year. And these guys got a lot of experience. Remember, Tatum was getting playoff experience his rookie year. Jaylen Brown was getting playoff experience early. They got guys like Al Horford, Marcus Smart. They've kept that core together. And even though they have, you know, they lost their coach because of those things, but they have a new coach that seemed like they didn't miss a beat
At all.
And I think that goes to their chemistry, right? Their on-court chemistry and them keeping the band together and things of that nature. So that'll be my number two team. I think Tatum can take that next leap, right? Because we still don't consider Tatum, at least I don't, in that upper echelon of players yet.
Absolutely.
So I think exactly. So I think that'll be my number two team. Number three, I'm going with the Phoenix Suns, only because they should, right? I mean, this is a team that was in the finals 2 years ago. Devin Booker, since the All-Star break, bro, I don't know if you realized it, but Devin Booker has been playing like a top 5, top 3 player. You know, they was doing their thing without KD. You add KD into the mix. If he can get back healthy, the only thing that concerns me with Phoenix is the chemistry, and they're not as deep as other teams. Mm-hmm. So when them guys come off the floor, and injuries, and Chris Paul is the weak link on the Suns, bro. I just don't trust Chris Paul, and I think if he has to play a top point guard, he's gonna get baked. I think he's gonna get baked, bro. That's just how I feel about Chris Paul at this point in his career. Hall of Famer, not taking that away from Chris Paul, but I don't want people to think it's a big three over there in Phoenix. It's KD and Booker. But that's still a lot. You know what I'm saying? That. And Monty Williams is a hell of a coach. So that's three. My honorable mention.
Can DA get a mention?
Hell no. You know how I feel about DA. DA is Nas Reed. DA and Nas Reed on the same level.
And Nas Reed is tough shit.
He is tough. But,
man.
But, yeah, that's my three. And then my honorable mention going to be the Lakers. For the simple fact that when you look at the landscape of the West in the NBA, right, outside of the Suns, bro, I mean, Warriors respect to the Warriors, but we spoke about this as well. If Andrew Wiggins doesn't come back, I don't think the Warriors can get back to a championship. Not taking it away from Steph and Clay, but they just don't look the same. Am I wrong? Like, they just don't look like the same Warriors team without Wiggins. So that's why they got axed for me. Paul George being out, and, you know, I just think the Clippers won't be able to get over that hump. And I feel about the Clippers how I feel about a lot of franchises that have been okay but haven't been able to get over that hump. It's just like a black cat running around in that organization, like I always say.
I love that analogy.
Yeah, so I'm leaving the Clippers out of it. But with the Lakers, bro, there's a lot of ifs, right? And that's why it's my honorable mention team. If AD can play, like we know AD can play, show up, right? Somebody kick him in his ass, and what you say, stop walking around like a bag of dirty laundry.
He got all that laundry on his fucking shoulders and shit.
If he could do that, Bron can continue to, you know, get healthy and get back to his game. D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves. I mean, this team's playing well. Vanderbilt, Malik Beasley. If they can get it together, they can be scary, bro. I said it on a previous show not too long ago, and I'm going to say it again. The 1, 2, and 3 seed can be out in the first round.
Easily.
So that's why I left out the Denver, the Sacramento, and the Grizzlies.
Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis. So that's my 3 with my honorable mention. Turn the floor over to you, good sir.
Okay. That was yo, you did phenomenal, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
I'm not gonna say we look
you
like
might
a
just
little bit
repeat
of a
my
mirror.
list.
You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say.
You know, mine's a little sticky. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple things moved around. I'm gonna go number 1. I'm gonna go with the Celtics. I think after the run that they had last year to the finals, I think this team is still poised for another run like that. I know they had their lapses this year, but I think Tatum looks phenomenal. I know he changed his diet this offseason, and I think he can get to that level to get the team back to the promised land. And then you complement that with Jaylen Brown. You will have a healthy Robert Williams. You got Marcus Smart. You have Brogdon this year. You have Derek White, who's been playing phenomenal. Al Horford, that vet. I think they have. I
forgot about Brogdon. Brogdon's been a beast.
Gonna be key. He's gonna be key in a lot of series. So I think that was a key piece that they was missing, because outside of Marcus Smart, I don't think you really had that other guard to come in there that could, you know, play make, that could get you 20 on some nights. Right. Guard the other teams opposing guard. Brogdon got that toughness to him. So I'm definitely rolling with the Celtics on this one as like my number 1 team to win the finals this year. You know, Mazzulla stepped right in at the situation with Udoka, and he's kept the game plan the same. This team has been still locked in. You know, we all thought they might have fell back a little bit, but they put an ass whooping on them Bucks yesterday, man.
They did.
They
did. Bucks coming off a back-to-back, though.
They definitely was. They looked like fucking a can of shark shit. But
they did.
We're gonna talk about that for another day. We're gonna sweep that one under the rug.
Yeah, for now.
Number 2, I gotta go with the Bucks, man. I mean, I don't understand how you can bet against a guy like Giannis. He's on 1,000 every single game, and like you said, you know, if they have Middleton last year, I can see them coming out of that series versus Boston. Middleton is that other guy that could take that pressure off Giannis. He could get you 25. He could get you 30. And, you know, you add that with the way Drew Holiday's two-way play, Brook Lopez, who's in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. I think I think guys like Jay Crowder, Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis, like, I think these guys who you can all rotate in that starting 5, even Joe Ingles. Too. Yeah, you got the experience, veterans. I think that is going to be key for this Milwaukee squad going forward. So I have the Bucks number 2. Number 3. Now, it was hard for me not to put the Warriors right here,
Yeah.
But with Andrew Wiggins being out, I just can't see them getting back to where they at. And that's all due respect to Steph, all due respect to Clay, all due respect to Draymond. But Wiggins is a huge piece that's missing. And I don't think Kuminga is on Wiggins' level yet. You know what I mean? He can't get the stops that Wiggins could get. He's not a consistent and efficient scorer that Wiggins was. His presence on the glass isn't what Wiggins was. So just give him my respect, but I'm going Phoenix right here. On paper, I don't know how you bet against Devin Booker and KD in the same series on the same team. I think you could kind of hide Chris Paul a little bit. I know you was talking about that some. I think you could put Chris Paul and maybe let him chase one of them shooters or anything like that. Maybe put Josh Okogie on that best guard. You know what I mean? So it ain't taking too much out of Chris. I like that they kept DeAndre Ayton in this trade. I'm a big DA guy.
Yeah.
He does
better than Luka, you said.
He does need to get his shit together, but I'm giving him some time because I think, and they're all figuring it out, but I think DeAndre Ayton is the most important piece to figure out, his touches, where he can be effective at on the offensive end, because they go lapses where, DA doesn't get a touch in, 8-9 possessions. Just throw him a bone, just to keep the big man involved, you know what I mean?
They don't run plays for his bum ass.
Hey, that's what I mean. They have to, though. You have to keep him engaged. When he gets those...
Bro, you DeAndre Ayton agent?
I'm in here promoting him.
Bro, you've been promoting him since the start of the channel. That's your man.
Give my man some touches, man.
That's your man. Respect.
You know who my real man's is, though. I'm riding with the ball. Once he get healthy, that shit's gonna be 32 a fucking night. I'm letting niggas know they better get ready. They better load up because Phoenix is coming once they get rolling. I'm not even worried about the bench, to be honest, because I love the way Campaign has been playing lately. He's a phenomenal backup point guard. And I think you have Landry Shamet who could come in there. He could get you 3 threes.
Yeah.
I like people be forgetting that they got TJ Warren in that Brooklyn chart.
Terrence Ross too, don't they?
Terrence Ross is another vet in there. They're not bad because the way the game is now, you can have TJ Warren at that 4 spot. You can stagger KD and Devin Booker's minutes. That's not bad. Bismack Biyombo's not a bad big man. They still have Jock Landale. You don't even gotta play Bismack. Jock Landale be in that joint banging, boy. White ball, he banging. So I'm rocking with.
It sounds like you want for Phoenix number 1 for real.
I can't put them number 1 yet because I do think they will struggle in a series versus a team like the Bucks versus a team like the Celtics because the Bucks and Celtics are one of the teams in the league that have 2 legitimate stars and a nice complementary pieces around them. So you could go toe to toe with a KD and a Devin Booker. That's what, in a series like that. That's why I feel like Phoenix is going to need everybody.
That's what I was about to ask you. So. Oh no, I'll let you finish real fast. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. Hold that thought, bro. Don't even forget it.
Yeah.
My honorable mention. And I wanted to go to Lakers on this, and it should be the Lakers on this.
I'm glad you didn't know, because then our team would have been exactly the same.
I gotta go Denver. I think that Denver is gonna shock a lot of people this year in the playoffs. I think Jokic is gonna play phenomenal. I'm gonna ride this number 1 seed wave. I think we get a bubble Jamal Murray. And if this don't go well, my secret honorable mention is the Sixers. Shh. I'm not going to elaborate on that too much.
I wanted to say Sixers.
I think that those are the 2 honorable mentions from each conference for me. Right. Denver or the Sixers. And that's where I'm going to leave it at. What was you going to ask me, bro?
I was going to ask you just quickly, talking about hiding Chris Paul, right? Let's say Phoenix. Phoenix should be the favorite to come out the West. Phoenix comes out the West and they have to play Milwaukee, the favorite to come out the East. Mm-hmm. Who do you hide Chris Paul on? From a basketball standpoint, right? You're the coach of the Suns. He's a liability.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I wouldn't want to put him on Drew Holiday.
Or Chris Middleton.
I think it's based on who the Bucks will start. Because the Bucks rotate that fifth guy. So I think you will have Drew, Chris, Giannis, Lopez, and then sometimes they go with Grayson Allen. I'll put Chris on Grayson Allen. Then if they go Pat Connaughton, I'll put Chris on Pat Connaughton. You want to go Jay Crowder? I'll put Chris on Jay Crowder. Okay. The only thing that I think that would kind of like make me nervous is if they start like if they start Bobby, but I don't think they'll start Bobby because what other big are you bringing off the bench after Bobby, Brook, Giannis?
Yeah.
You need somebody that can rotate between like Giannis and Brook. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you're right. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Watch though. Mark my words. Chris Paul's gonna find a way to be a liability, and teams are gonna exploit that. And I think DeAndre Ayton, bro. I know you like DeAndre Ayton for whatever reason, but teams are gonna. And I'm not knocking DeAndre. I just think he's a solid role player, but he's
not a starting big on the championship team.
Maybe he could be, but I think there's some more growing. There's some more learning for Ayton.
Absolutely. That's the nail on the head right there. He has to grow more, bro.
Yeah.
And I think the growth is somewhat stunted with this KD trade. Because I think when you had the team that they had with Bridges and Cam Johnson, Ayton was like that more so a second option than he is now. Now he's more so like a fourth for real. You know what I mean? You got Josh Okogie shooting the fucking ball more than him. But I think he just needs to buy into a role on his team, lob threat, finishing when you get it. But anchor that fucking defense. Crash that glass. Go get 14 rebounds. Go get 3 blocks. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I just watched him last game. He's fucking getting in dumbass foul trouble. He's setting moving screens. Get your fucking act together, DA. My name and my neck is on the fucking line.